Good afternoon, Patriots. How are you? I want to bring you to day 2 of the Malheur National-Refugee Patriot occupation. Where Ammon Bundy and 150 Patriots protesters are holding strong. This is a lot different than what we've been hearing. People are able to come up free. There's no roadblocks. There's no nothing that they claim. People can come and go as they please. Buildings are not kicked in. Nothing's being destroyed. From what I can tell, these pictures look legit. But you know me, folks. I kind of bold on the way of caution on all the major details. I have set up a couple good videos from people that have been there on site. Some of the information is good. I have 2 or 3 extra pages which I'm going to skim through for Twitter feeds, pictures, and other things. I'm going to go ahead and, when I finally put this down, folks, I'm going to list all these pictures as sources. I'm going to list all these pages as sources. This is really going to be a very good put-together situation. What this is, folks, has become them bringing the protest to the National Refugee Center. From what I'm told, there's a large part of it that is public land that you can basically walk on any time of day, and that's where all the normal people are hanging out. If you want to be bold, you can go up to the refuge and walk around. There's really nothing major going on. There's people everywhere. There's protesters, people with cameras just recording everything going on. FBI supposedly is nearby trying to get things settled. They are the lead agency on the situation. Despite people like Montel and others telling them to use the National Guard to get these guys out. I don't know exactly how many of these guys are armed, but I imagine at least 50% of them have at least one decent firearm on them, if not more. It's a little bit different than what we were told last night, folks. These guys did not go in, kick down the door, and, start sleeping inside with, any number of things that basically were going on. Alright, I did correct the Malheur Refuge from the spelling below. I accidentally typed it wrong. And as far as my mistake on Ammon Bundy yesterday, folks, these are words I never use. These are titles I don't see. Not to mention my laptop I'm using probably isn't the absolute best, but I'm able to bring you this nonetheless. So, I think you're going to find some good information here, and what I'm able to do, folks, is I'm able to give you today's briefing from the people that were there. They can tell you that it's not all about a bunch of guys with guns sitting around a federal building system, set up roadblocks and knocked over trees, and God only knows what else the rumors are that these guys have done, so that when the feds come, there's one hell of a shootout. I imagine if they wanted to do that, folks, they would have swept it and been done with it. That's why everybody's calling everybody to get down there. I'm not. I have no intention of joining this one. But I know that this will probably end peacefully, hopefully. And, God bless everybody for going. I do not have the funds to actually make it down there. However, if this was, like I had said, a ranch situation, I would have absolutely no problem going down there and asking everybody to loan me another $100 or so I can get down there and everything. So without further ado, folks, I'm going to go ahead and play everything that I got set up here. First is this awesome photo here. I think this is going to be one of the staples of the situation. I didn't know who this guy was, so I didn't know if I should use his main picture. This is actually an amazing photo. I think this is going to be an amazing photo for history. This is on a Layman's Truth for America. So you guys get this here. This one here is on...
Hey guys, John Ritzheimer and Blaine Cooper here. We're in my truck right now. We're parked right outside the refuge here. Look, this place is swarmed with media. So pretty much all the way up to the gate here is pretty packed. There's still plenty of parking right here on the outside. So don't feel that you can't get in. There's no roadblocks. Okay, all the rumors that are running rampant out there just need to be put to rest. We need you to get here and stand with us. That's what we need more than anything. That's what's going to prevent any bloodshed. The more people that get here, whether you're armed or unarmed, you get up here. Even if it's just to come and visit this historical site. This is going to be a historical site for this country. We don't want bloodshed. We all want to make it home to our families, and I believe they want that on the other side as well. Please get up here to help us. We're up here in Oregon.
We need your help, guys. This is Blaine Cooper and John Ritzheimer.
Thanks.
We're out.
I'm able to use this because
All right. Hello, everyone.
it's just
John
announcing
Ritzheimer here,
what's going on.
Armed with the Constitution and with a camera. I'm here parked outside of the Malheur Refuge. This land belongs to we the people. It's outlined right here in the Constitution. Article 1, Section 8, where the government is allowed to own land. And it's all the way on the other side of the country, a little place called D.C. Although a lot of people may
This is all educational,
disagree
folks.
with the way that this was handled, right now we need to come together and we need to make a stand, okay? Patriots need to come together regardless of your opinion of how this... We are within our constitutional rights, and we all want to go home to our families. There's Oregon County residents coming in here. The refuge is open. There's zero no trespassing signs. We're breaking no laws. We're out here on public lands. Okay, so there's nothing. Again, there's nothing illegal taking
Get
place
that?
here.
They're on public lands.
The
Nothing
media
is
blowing
illegal.
it up and making it sound like a lot of illegal activity is taking place couldn't be further from the truth. We have lots of Oregon County residents coming up here, bringing supplies and food, and lots of them come here and camping on the land with us. As I said, I'm parked right here outside, right here at the gate, and I'm armed with the Constitution and a camera, so that if they try to come in here fully armed and create another Ruby Ridge or Waco event,
Sorry.
we can be right there to put the truth out and hold them accountable. But we do not want it to come to that. Nobody wants it to come to that. And I don't think they want it to come to that on the other side either. We all want to go home to our families. We need to keep this peaceful. We will not fire unless fired upon. But we will stand and defend the Constitution. We are within our rights. Okay? Again, I'm calling for all patriots to come here, stand with us. If you don't want to go into the refuge, you can still be right out here on all this open public land. There's no vandalism taking place. All that's been done is an American flag has been put up over their sign to show that this is the American people's land. It belongs to Oregon, belongs to Harney County. And the ranchers need to be allowed to come out here and ranch and enjoy the fruits of their labor, which they are being deprived of doing. This government is, and this refuge here is, we found out, is also the largest, and it's getting bigger and bigger. It's swallowing up ranchers. It's already kicked off over 100 ranchers from this land.
So you get the idea why they're in the refuge.
For the Constitution, a peaceful stand. But yes, there are some people that are armed. We need to defend our rights. That's what the Second Amendment is there for, people. Please come out and join us. Thank you.
Yep, okay, that's finished. This is one of my informational. I'll get to this in a few. I really don't want to deal with this. This is a guy I want you to listen to.
Hello everybody, this is Melvin Lee. We're Patriotic Warriors coming to you from Burns, Oregon. You know, the other day we came up here for a rally for the Hammonds to show support for them. Alright, Patriotic Warriors had no idea what was to transpire after that rally. But it did transpire. And I'm going to tell you right now, we do not condone taking any federal buildings, period. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use every contact I have, every news media outlet that I know, every political entity that I know, to keep from these militia having armed conflict with federal agents. I don't want to see any confrontations. I do not want to see combat between Americans on that hill, on that refuge. And I do not understand a lot of the verbiage that is going on out there. I do not understand how Montel can come out so strong against these individuals, but had nothing to say about Ferguson, Baltimore, or anything else. I do not understand our rations. They haven't destroyed anything. They haven't hurt anybody. Now they're up there exercising their First Amendment.
That's his phone going off. It does it several times.
I don't want nobody to be confused about their position, but this does not have to turn hostile. And I'm going to try my damnedest to take my organization and all the people out there that support us, and I'm going to try to create a buffer between the militia that are out there and the federal agents that are coming in. There need to be cool heads in this. There need to be some discussion. From what I understand, the feds are going to come in and just do a mass sweep. That's wrong. That's wrong. We need to de-escalate this situation. We need to calm this situation down. Not only on the government side, if it's true, but also on the people's side. Everybody needs to calm down. People's lives are at stake right now. Now, we created Patriotic Warriors to bring people together, and that way we could voice out toward the federal government and some of the things that are going on. All right, this is what we tried to keep from right here, keep people from doing this. Now, it's transpired, and what I need y'all to do, I need you calling your government officials. I need you calling these news agencies and letting them know that this does not have to, it does not have to escalate. People do not have to get hurt here. But you have got to get active. All I see y'all doing is arguing amongst each other on Facebook whether it's right or wrong. Look, it's wrong to go and take a federal building, period.
That's my view.
All right, there is no discussion there. It's wrong, okay? Are they doing it what they think is the right reason? Yes. But I need you calling your governors. I need you calling your senators. I need to calm this situation down. Everybody's caught up in the drama, but I need you to stop being dramatic about everything, and you need to calm this situation down. You need to call everybody you possibly can call and de-escalate the situation. Now, I'm going to tell you what I saw up there today. We went up there today to basically cover and see what exactly was going on. And I saw local ranchers coming in, bringing in food, showing support. I had one lady show up that wanted her kids to take pictures with John Ritzheimer. Now, whether you agree or not, we need to calm this situation down, everybody. All right, we need y'all to call
Sorry.
on your senators, your governors, your representatives, and get them to start looking at this and slow this down. There's absolutely no reason for any loss of life on either side here. We need to calm this down. Now, I called for protesters earlier. What we need is eyes up there. We need people up there, unarmed, peacefully, to bring attention to this, to get it to calm down, not to ramp it up. If you're hot-headed, we don't need any more hotheads. We don't need any of that.
That's why I'm not
y'all
going.
contacting your people. We need everybody to slow this down. We do not want an armed conflict between those militia guys and the federal agencies that are coming in here.
They'll be in there by the week's end, I guarantee it.
Now what this does is it does a big gut check for all y'all out there. Instead of sitting back on Facebook, instead of sitting back and arguing and crying and griping and this, that, and the other, you got to get active in your communities. That's what we've been preaching the whole time. Be active in your community. Work with your law enforcement. Work with your groups that are right there local.
Yep.
That's what we've been preaching. Now, you better take this lesson right here as a learning lesson. And do whatever you can to de-escalate it. Draw it down. Do not let this go. Do not let this be a Waco. Do not let this be a Ruby Ridge. We do not agree with taking that federal building. But at the same time, I don't want to see somebody lose their life. And y'all need to get active. You need to stop arguing back and forth with one another. You need to get on the phone. And we need to de-escalate this situation. Period. This is Melvin Lee with Patriotic Warriors. I'm out.
That seems to be the guy I tend to agree with right here. His name's Melvin Lee. You heard who he represents. This video will be in the sources below. I'm trying to find out if there is anything more as far as the videos I wanted to bring. It's coming from Queen 6. This one's more about from what yesterday was about. FBI will work with local officials to bring peaceful resolution to the situation. And this one's basically from the other side, saying that these militants are going to stay at the Malheur Ridge or Malheur Refuge. This is one of the photos I chose to use. And as always, folks, I usually have one or two main pages that I tend to like to use. It's going to take a minute to load everything. There we go. And basically, folks, you heard him. There's no massive vandalism, supposedly. There is no massive, any number of things going on. Supposedly, the building is open. It is being used. I don't know whether or not it is open to the public today or not. I find that hard to believe that it would actually be open to the public today. But I would not put that in any way, shape, or form beyond its control to allow it to be so. But as you can see, folks, everything is good is going on here. I can't tell you everything, folks. I'm not up there. I honestly don't have the money to be up there, even if even if I wanted to go up there and just go up there, take a few pictures, and do things of that sort. I really didn't have the money during Bundy Ranch, but I don't really have the funds at this point to do this. But as I stand, the taking of this facility from the federal government is now easily seen a little bit more as to why this was done, and that this refuge is taking land from the ranchers and stuff. And I don't know if this is one of, let's say, 20 facilities that occupy this territory, or if this is in fact the main facility. I don't even completely understand why they chose this, but it is obvious that they were taking land for this refuge from local ranchers and stuff of that nature. So that is why this facility was chosen to be a protest site, and that's pretty much what it is at this point, a protest site. I don't see the feds going in there, going hog wild anytime soon, but I could be wrong, folks. I could be very wrong. They could wait till nightfall, and they could go in with SWAT teams with night gear, with rubber bullets and just spray like crazy. I doubt it'll happen. But the more protesters and things going on, the more you'll see it. Let me explain the pictures a little bit. This first page right here, or this first picture rather, obviously a bunch of protesters, various protesting groups with flags. I see American, I see various other Patriot related flags. In the background you see the yellow one with the snake. The second photo here is of the actual facility. One of the buildings, I don't know if it has multiple buildings or not on the one site. And the third picture here is Ammon Bundy outside his, I believe his truck near one of the buildings. And I gotta be honest, folks, you know, you can say what you want about these guys being terrorists and this and that and having to seize the property and everything, but I think this is just going to be another kick in the pants for the feds, basically. I mean, here they are in this next one down here. They're actually in the guard tower watching everything going on. And, you know, I'm sure they got 2 to 4 guys that are rotating positions. I'm sure there's a rifle or 2 up there and they bring a pistol or something. I don't know what the munition situation is or is not at the moment. You can see Ammon Bundy here being escorted by 2 reported militiamen and no doubt 3 or 4 others in the crowd near him and everything else. The next photo is where the actual Malheur Refuge is in Oregon. You can see it's about halfway through the state, but more toward the Wisconsin area over here, and Idaho and everything else over here. Nevada's down here, Utah, Washington. So it's a little bit closer over here than it is where actual Oregon is, so they got a little leeway as to what they can do if and when something does go bad or good. People are bringing in food, so they have ample supply of food, ample supply of water. I kind of figured that was going to happen, and that happened no matter what. So the idea that these guys are starving or in any way, you know, anything major, folks, these guys aren't sitting around campfires with, you know, with cans of beans, wondering whether or not tomorrow is going to be the day that they die. But as it is, folks, this is a serious situation, and all it's going to take is one federal officer in the area to say, screw this, go in with a sniper rifle and pick off Bundy or one of these guys, and this thing could go AWOL tomorrow. I doubt if any of the guys on this side are going to do anything, but I still think this is related to the Obama gun stuff, folks. I really do. This happened about the same time Obama wants his gun control executive order. I mean, this happened back to front the same time with the same family. So I doubt anything is going to come of it like it did during Bundy Ranch. But these are not the BLM they're dealing with, folks. These are the federal agents in the area. These are the guys that would have no problem putting you down if it is necessary. BLM is just there to mess with the cattle and stuff. They're not there to be cowboys. These guys are a little bit more on the up and up. Notice how they stepped up their game. The next one's going to be a National Guard or something, folks. I guarantee it. So I thank you very, very, very from the bottom of my heart for this, folks, and allowing me to put this up. And I thank you for coming all the way to the end of this to listen. to everything going on, folks. This is day 2 update. Thank you. God bless. Pray for these men. Pray for the federal agents on the other side. Pray for a swift recovery. Pray for everything, folks. I know you don't believe in prayer. I do. I always have and I always will. Sometimes I do pray for stupid things, even when it is prideful, and I try not to. When I was hunting this past November, I prayed that God would allow me a deer. Was that prideful? Yes. Did God allow me a deer? No, but they were moving around after I had said it. And one of the persons I was with said he had seen him ducking in and out of the area. Had I stayed there, I probably would have gotten my prayer answered. And that may be prideful and it may be shameful. But, just like everything else, folks, you got to make sure that that prayer works and that you're willing to put the work in and everything else in order to actually make that prayer the best of your ability, because first it takes the work, and if you don't have any work put in, folks, the prayer is going to die out. God can't do anything if you're in the middle of the desert and you want a Ferrari. More than likely, you ain't getting that Ferrari, folks. You want a little water, a little this, a little that. You got to work what you got in order to get the prayer to work a little bit. So pray that these guys are all safe. Pray this does not escalate. I don't actually think it does. And if this one does not escalate, folks, I'm going to say this whole Bundy Ranch situation is nothing but Obama's little community organizers with the militias. I don't want to say that. I know these guys all come from different backgrounds and that this is all one big event. And that is prideful of me, and I have to swallow my pride on that a little. But folks, these are federales they're messing with, folks. They're not the locals. They're not the BLM, folks. It's a little bit different now. Thank you. Amen. And God bless everybody.